Shannon, should Harbaugh have taken the field goal?
Absolutely. That decision cost him the game, and I want to know how many more times you're going to keep going for it on fourth down. You did that twice against Miami, and it came back to bite you in your butt, Skip. It's so deflating. Let me take it from a perspective as a player, Skip. It is so deflating. You have a 14-play, a drive 93 yards, and it eats up so much of the clock, and we got nothing to show for it. I understand John Harbaugh saying that, it's a 2020 ball game. I'm kicking the field goal because what he did in his explanation, he told you all the things that possibly Buffalo could do right. But what about some of the things they can do wrong? Skip, it wasn't like it was 75 and sunny. It was raining. What if they fumbled the ball? What if he threw a pick? What if they bobbled the field goal snap? What if they had a situation like Cincinnati have, Skip, the snapper, doesn't snap the ball on time? All he said, it's 4 downs, and they continue. What happens if you stop them? They still have all 3 of their timeouts. Who knows? Maybe they punt the football, use their timeouts to pin you down. You can't automatically know what they're thinking. And by doing that, Skip, because now you throw the interception in the end zone, they start the ball at the 20-yard line. They start getting the ball at the 20. You hadn't scored since the second quarter. The thing that you needed at that moment was points. And you didn't get it. So for me, Skip, I disagree with him in this situation. And it's cost you 21 points at home against Miami, 17 points up against Buffalo at home, and you lost both of those ball games. That's unacceptable. You've got to take the points in that situation and let the chips fall where they may. But to assume, it's 4 down territory for them, and they're going to go for it. Okay, what about all the things that could go wrong? John, you told us all the things that could go right for them. So now you're planting the seed in your defense there like, damn, we ain't got no confidence in us. He got none. You did have a 20-3 lead. So he had thrown an interception. You did force Skip. Didn't they fumble the ball? Didn't he get an interception? So there were some things that had gone wrong early in the game. So you're saying that even though those things had gone wrong early in the game, probably not going to happen again. I disagree with him, Skip. I totally vehemently disagree with him because now I'm going to make you go score a touchdown to beat me. Because guess what? John Harbaugh's like, if we get the touchdown there, but you didn't. It's easy, Skip. If we just did if all the way through, hell, nobody would lose. Because if we got there, picked up that 3rd down, if we got this, if we got that, John, take the points. Just take the points and make them go down and get 7. Make them. Because I'm not going to see Skip, because now a field goal ties me, sends me to overtime. A touchdown, it beats you. But guess what a field goal does? When you don't get any points on the other end, a field goal beats you. I disagree with him. I disagree with him.
And I loved what John Harbaugh did because I love Lamar Jackson. I believe in Lamar Jackson. You can't have it both ways. 2 weeks ago, you can't tell me, pay the man. Pay him more than Deshaun got. Pay him what he's worth. Pay him what he's earned. Well, if he has earned that, and you got 2 yards to go for the game, and this is a team that on defense is flat out teetering, if not collapsing, because they blew a 21-point fourth quarter lead at home to Tua.
Well, but here's the thing, though, Skip. Think about all the red zone, and think about how you blow that lead, because you keep kicking field goals. So it's telling you your offense is not as dangerous as you're thinking, because guess what? You keep kicking field goals. He kicked 3 field goals yesterday, right?
Should they not pay the man?
Yeah, Skip. So in other words, because you pay somebody, every 4th down, you go for it. So Mahomes or anybody that's making buku money on 4th down, you should go for it, based on your theory.
The analytics would tell you should go for it.
Damn them analytics. Analytics going to get a lot of people fired.
If it's Lamar Jackson and it's 2 yards to potentially win the game or at least ensure overtime, every time I'm not even blinking, and they did not blink. They didn't call timeout. They said go.
What happened in Miami? It was on the goal line. It wasn't 2 yards. It was on the goal line. And tell the people at home what happened.
All I know is yesterday, the defense was collapsing again. It was 20-3 home team late in the second quarter, and they gave up a late first half touchdown that made it 20-10. And from that point on, they wound up getting outscored, 20-0. From that point on, 20-0.
Can I ask you a question? And I want to ask you one question. Was Lamar still playing quarterback?
Yep.
Okay, so what was he doing?
Well, I just know the defense was getting eaten up.
Okay, Okay, they got a late half touchdown. It made it 20-10. So did Baltimore not get the ball back? Did Baltimore not touch the ball anymore of that ball game?
I'm going to remind everybody that the interception was thrown on 4th and 2 with 4:09 left in the game.
Yes.
So it wasn't like with 30 seconds left in the game, right?
Yes.
Because Buffalo got the ball 1st and 10 at the 20.
Correct.
Okay, so now why did they get the ball 1st and 10 at the 20? Well, Harbaugh's thought process, which I completely concur with, is the last thing you think is Lamar's going to throw an interception from the 2-yard line because you don't compute that into the equation. You just think he's been around. What are we in? 6 years now?
Yeah.
Year 6? He's not going to throw it. Year 5. Yeah, he's not going to throw it to them in the end zone. It is the cardinal sin of quarterbacks. A red zone interception because it's so damning. It's so hard to overcome it.
Right.
So you cannot do that. But I question the play call, first of all. Greg Roman comes up. He is obviously the most mobile quarterback we know in the league.
Right.
So at least get him out on the flank, roll him out, get him somewhere where he can use his legs to set up his arm. And instead, he just does a straight retreat drop back, and all of a sudden they box him in, and he retreats, and he retreats. And once he retreated beyond where he wanted to retreat, you're dead.
Well, Skip, he kind of missed the throw earlier on the arrow route, but here's the thing. See, look at the guy right at the top.
Maybe.
But
maybe.
see,
Okay,
but
he wasn't looking there.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. You can't say, because this is what I hate about people. When Lamar Jackson was doing spectacular stuff against Miami, nobody said anything about Greg Roman play calling. But the moment he does something like this, we blame Greg Roman. The reason why, Skip, that if you put him on the move, you condense half the field. So now I know this. From the middle of the field back, that's off limits. So now I need to get as many people as I possibly can in a confined area over here because you've already restricted where he can go with the football. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking Greg Roman is dropping him straight back, says, okay, I want you to have the entire football field at play. Because at worst case scenario, you still got legs, so you can go either way, left or right. If I put him on the move one side or the other, I restricted what he could actually do.
Okay, you would just watch him drive his team from 1st and 10 at the 5. They started this drive at their own 5-yard line. He converted one huge 3rd and 8, 3rd down. So he had gone 14 plays, covering 93 yards. And for me, knowing that my defense was teetering at best, I need him to cash 7 because there's too much time left because I'm afraid Josh Allen's going to go get at least 7.
Well, if that's the case, Skip, if your defense is teetering and there's too much time left, what's to stop him from going to get 7? If you don't think, Skip, if you're saying I can't kick a field goal because he's going to go down the field, what's going to stop him from going to get 7?
Okay, well, if you just throw an incompletion, they get the ball at the 2-yard line. That's part of the equation.
Did you tell him that?
They're going to have the ball at the 2.
Did you tell him that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
See,
I assume he would just know that.
No.
He's high IQ.
I get that, Skip, but here's the thing, and this is what I've learned. We can't assume that a player in certain situations, in every situation, knows everything because his instinct is to what? Make a play. I've got to give my guy a chance. It's not a typical 4th down, Skip, because we're like, why would you throw the ball out of the end zone on 4th down? Give your guy an opportunity to make a play. So that's what he's thinking. At that moment, it's not necessarily that he's thinking that, damn, if I throw it incomplete, they're going to get the ball in 2. Yeah, now they got to go X amount.
The game-saving reaction is just throw it away.
Right.
If they've got you, they got you. Once you had, you stopped and set and you couldn't find, and now if you start to retreat, oh my God, and they got me boxed in, just give it up.
Yeah.
You can't go down.
You can't and throwing off your back foot.
Just throw it out of bounds.
Right.
And it feels terrible because it feels like you got defeated. They have to start at their 2-yard line.
Correct.
And surely your defense would have a chance to pin them in.
Right.
There's still 4:09 left, but can Josh Allen go 98 yards for a touchdown?
Well,
or a field
John
goal?
Elway did.
Okay, he did.
You remember the drive in Cleveland?
Did he in Cleveland, but that was John Elway. Is Josh Allen John Elway? I think not. The problem was they get the ball with 4:09 left. They go 77 yards in 12 plays. They moved it all the way down to 1st and goal at the 1. So they did exactly what John Harbaugh feared they would do. They had it right in position to go score a touchdown, and they finally said, nah, give it up.
Well, they wanted to score a touchdown, and everybody was letting them score. Except 99 made a tackle. Somebody didn't tell. Skip, and that's the thing.
He said he was trying to strip it and not try to tackle.
No, that's not what he told you to do.
Okay.
He told you to let him score.
Yeah.
He didn't say, you see, Skip, one guy went rogue. Now, everybody else got to play, because you look at the Ravens, everybody's standing around trying to get Singletary to get close to the goal line, because if he get close, Skip, they're going to push his ass into the end zone. somebody doing something. Skip, you never, and that's what I had to learn the hard way. I'm thinking, okay, well, damn, you should know this. When I was on special teams, leave it in the end zone. Fair catch it. Do this, do that. Make sure they know, because a lot of times, Skip, you get in a chaotic situation, you forget everything that we've been taught or everything we talked about. So let's just make sure, hey, coach, hey, Lamar, if nothing's there, throw this ball out of the end zone.
You got to say it. I agree. He should know that. I believe he does know it. But when chaos ensues, you go a little blind.
You do.
He is born to make plays. So his thought process is, I gotta.
Yes.
And instead he makes a play to Poyer, and
right.
You're done.
And Poyer makes a great play because, Skip, he could have easily dropped this ball because he collided with Duvernay. He could have easily dropped this, Skip, and guess what? You still get the ball on the 2.
He is really good.
He is.
That's the problem. In the end, last thing, I have high respect for Marcus Peters' ability because he plays at an extremely high level, but he is close to more trouble than he is worth.
Why do you think Andy Reid got rid of him?
Blows up at the slightest, and I know he said, we got to take the field goal, but you can't attack the head coach on the sideline routinely. If it happens once, he's kind of lived with it. John Harbaugh said, yeah, we have a great relationship. He gets over emotional. After a while, you just can't tolerate it.
Yeah.
Somebody, what do you call production tolerance?
Production intolerance.
Well, right now, they're getting torched. So I don't know if production is equal tolerance.
Because we talked about it last year. Remember, he was out towards me in the preseason, training camp.
Yep.
Marlon Humphrey goes down, so they're down. And we're like, well, that's why the secondary. All those guys are back. And they're still getting torched back there. So what is it now?
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah, but they
got some hard decisions.
Skip, look, if you play long enough, you're going to be in some situations like, damn, how do we lose this game?
Yeah.
But I ain't never thought about yelling and screaming at Coach Reeves or Mike or Brian.
You just wouldn't do it. It wouldn't even be in your head.
No, I'm thinking to myself, what did I do? I'm thinking to myself, what could we have done differently?
Yeah.
Not a coach, because we ain't giving him no damn credit when we win.
No, you don't.
Not once. I'm like, oh, no.
It's not in your consciousness.
No, because John, at least Mike was calling plays, so you can like, okay, he called a great game. John Harbaugh doesn't call offense. He doesn't call defense. He just oversees, and he's damn good at that. He's a damn good head coach. But then, come on, Pete. You better than this.
He's just better than that. Agreed.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.